we're very honored to have her here because it's very hard to see her. And what she has led us on is a journey of incredible global success that all of us can grab a piece of. Please help me welcome to the stage my dear friend, Jeunesse top leader, entre leader, author and philanthropist, Mrs. Kim Hui.
Thank you, thank you. Good afternoon. You all look good. Do you look good? Do you think you look good? I think you look awesome. Well, you know what, first of all, I want to thank all the people that came across the stage earlier. And I also want to thank all the volunteers for your dedication to create this platform for all of us. So can we give a big round of applause for all the volunteers here today? Thank you very much. We started this event from this morning in a Chinese session. And this afternoon is English session. And I kept sitting back there and I kept thinking, what can I do that can help make a difference, perhaps in your life? And what can I do? What kind of things that I could share that perhaps will allow us to remove that tinted lens that Mark talked about, Samson talked about? Because I believe this platform can change everyone's life. And this business, everyone can do this business. But it's interesting and ironic that not everyone will succeed in this business. And not everyone will make money. Now, why is that? So sometimes in life, and I think Samson did a fabulous job capturing what it takes to jumpstart your business. But sometimes what it takes is that disruptive things in our lives that really make us see something. And so, having said all that, I want to explain to you and share with you where I was and why I think that if you knew that this opportunity, this platform, that you could make your dreams a reality, then why is it that not everybody will do the business? Have you ever thought about that? And so I think I have something quite disruptive I want to share with you. And maybe perhaps through this gesture, it will be an eye-opener. Because we always talk about the tinted lens and all that. And I think if I want to show you a gesture, and I do hope that perhaps you will take that as an eye-opener. And I do hope that today I will open my heart to share with you my last 20 years of entrepreneurship. I went from broke to become who I am today. And I do hope that today you will open your heart and your eyes and your ears to receive. Is that fair enough? So with that, I'm going to show you a gesture. Now, look at this. Some of you might not know what it is. And for those of you that know what it is, this is a designer case of sunglasses, a pair of sunglasses. And I love this brand because it has no logo on it. Unlike those logos you carry on the big H or the big LV or the big C's. And this particular brand, it says your initial is good enough. You don't need anyone's initial. But anyway, I wish they paid me a commission for saying that. What was that, Mark? What was that thingy? That solar panel thingy? They gotta hook us up, you know. Amazing. Now, I hope that by this gesture, that you will get it. 20-somewhat years ago, before I got laid off in corporate America, I would not, if someone were to tell me about this platform or this opportunity, I perhaps would take no interest into it whatsoever. Because I didn't associate or identify that is for me. Why is that? Because most of us, and this is not my pair of sunglasses, and I hope that it looks fabulous on me, okay? This is also our Yvonne sunglasses. Now, cool, right? Better be for a couple of $100 a pair, okay? Now, 20-some years ago, I was walking around life with a tinted shade on. Tinted shade in not realizing of my current circumstances, not realizing, not aware, not awakened to where I was in life. At the same time, therefore, anything that come my way, I would view it through a Tinder shade. Whatever the Tinder shades were, perhaps it was conditioning by society, by educational system, by our parents, by whatever that might be, that forms a Tinder shade. And today, if you're able to remove that Tinder shade, to be honest and authentic with ourselves of where we are today in life, and be aware of what's happening around us. I just read a pretty alarming statistic recently. It says 85% of college graduates recently are moving back home with their parents. 54% of them couldn't find a job. And of the 27% of those people that found a job, their annual salary is $25,000 a year. If you were to take all the student loans in America, add it all together, it surpassed all the credit card debt in the nation. That's pretty alarming statistics. I'm a big believer of education. I think it's a building block. It helps us discipline and learn things about life. But it doesn't necessarily take us ultimately where we want to go in life. I got a college degree. I went to UC Irvine. I went to UCLA to do some postgraduate studies. And I worked for big Fortune 500 companies. And after working for corporate America more than 10 years, I got downsized. I was laid off. And sometimes in life, it took someone to lay me off, something kind of disruptive, to force me to take off my Tinder shade and say, you know what? Where was I in life? What was I doing? And many times, and I believe many people are on this thing, what I call the treadmill of life. You know, how many of you know what a treadmill is? We all know what a treadmill is. A treadmill is something you go on. And to me, let me describe to you my treadmill life. 20-some years ago, I used to work for Northrop Grumman, aerospace company. I worked for the corporate headquarters in Century City. At that time, I lived nearby here. I live in Alhambra. As a matter of fact, driving by some of the street back here kind of bring back my younger days memory. And I recall I would fight the traffic for an hour and a half to go from Alhambra to Century City. Then when I get to Century City, park my car, go up to the building where I work on the 18th floor in the corporate building. And I walked in, I worked for a guy I didn't like, nor do I respect. But I was stuck there for 7 long years. Every day at noontime, I would walk to the Century City Mall. Haven't been to Century City Mall? Quite nice. 1 hour, I walk back, and I had to walk back to my cubicle. I was an accountant for Northrop, and I work in a corner cubicle. It was pretty nice. I got a pretty big-sized corporate cubicle. In the beginning, it was exciting. You know, you work for big Fortune 500 company. They pay for your college education, further your college education and whatnot. But after a while, I feel like, it's beautiful lunchtime out there. But I feel like I was told to get back. Somehow it's like a robot to go back to my cubicle. And there were times I feel like I go back to my cubicle, those fluorescent lights in the cubicle. How many of you work in a corporate office, a corporate environment? Do they still have those fluorescent lights in the ceiling? There were one point in my life, what I felt like? I felt like those fluorescent lights were sucking the juice out of me. And day in, day out, 8 hours later, I would get on the traffic, on the freeway, and fight an hour and a half to go back to Alhambra. Eat dinner, get myself ready. Next morning, what do? Same drill. Hour and a half. Go work for a boss I did not like. I was totally stressed out. I hated it, but it pays the bill. 8 hours, hour and a half home, dinner. Next morning, what do? Same thing. That thing called the treadmill of life. How many of you are on the treadmill of life? Show of hands. Look, I know some of us are not willing to raise our hand no matter what. Why? Because we have this thing called, don't mess up my hairdo. We have this thing called, I'm cool. I'm good. I have a good job. I have a good education. Well, you know what? Get over it. Guys, look, listen. I'm gonna really give it as real as it gets. I'm blessed to have traveled the world and have worked with thousands of people across the globe. There's no begging on anyone to come into this. But as a human being, as a fellow earthling on this planet, I want to open my heart to share with you. Now, you don't have to do Jeunesse. But I hope that inspire you to question yourself. Where are you going? The things that we were taught, the paradigm that we were taught, the things that we were told to do, is it going to take you where you wanted to go? That's called being truthful with ourselves, being authentic with ourselves. Some of you say, Kim, you are so outspoken. You could talk on stage. I would say, are you kidding me? I am an introvert. Those of you that know me personally, I grew up in a family of 4 girls. I'm the most quietest one. But thank goodness, 20-some more years ago, someone laid me off. I was forced to take off the tinted lens, to look at my life, to where I was. And it was at that time that I was able to rekindle my dreams of where I wanted to go. And so today, look at our current circumstances. Are you on that treadmill of life? If you are, if you're happy, more power to you. But if there's a way that you can work hard for the next 2 to 5 years, so you can have the rest of your life to do the things you wanted to do, would you do it? I don't know. Only you can answer that. Only we can deal with our own, that tinted lens works both ways. One is that we take off the lens and look at our current circumstances and of where we are in life and of where we wanted to go. And the other part of the tinted lens, removing it to seeing things for what it is. Many times people still look at this platform, this opportunity, as an opportunity for the hopeless and helpless and less educated. But I'm telling you, today you're looking at professionals. There's a wave of professionalism happening. There's a new paradigm happening around the world. And so I hope that gesture of putting on that cool sunglasses is not to show off. But I want to do something disruptive so that, we remember it when something happened to us. You know what? I need to really be authentic, be truthful with ourselves and our circumstances. If I was to continue doing whatever I'm doing for the next 3 to 5 years, is anything going to change? Is my circumstances, my income going to change? If not, we've got to make a change. The world is changing. The world's evolving. Recently, my son went to an archery game, and I want to share that with you because I think it's very, oftentimes as I live life and I really believe the last 20 years of entrepreneurship, I had really compacted my lives that I was blessed to do so much in the last, just in the Jeunesse platform in 6 years. I was able to travel places in 1 month, probably more people than most people travel in a lifetime. And my son went to archery class, and I got something out of that. And every day I live life, I reflect on life. And in the archery game, there's a target, and you sort of shoot the target, right? Now, after first shoot, usually you don't hit the target, do you? Second shoot, you don't hit the target. Third, 10, you don't hit the target. Now, what would have happened if my son says, you know what, Mom, that target is too hard. Let me move that target so that I can adjust. Let me move the target so I can adjust so that the arrow will hit the center. That's cheating the game, isn't it? Instead of moving the target, we should hone our craft and practice to make it better so the arrow will hit the target. That's the way to win the game, right? Now, most of the time, and that to me is life. Most of the time when we were young, when we were out of college, we have this big dream and big goals. But we're not hitting the target. And as we're not hitting the target, that Samson talked about, we began to shrink our dreams to match our income. Forget about the big fat Mercedes. A Hyundai will do. Forget about a trip to Europe. Local Las Vegas trip will do. Forget about go to finer schools. A local, city college will do. That's called shrinking our dreams to match our income. When yet, all we have to do is to hone our craft, find the right method, and learn and hone our skills and keep learning, keep growing. That's a process. And so with that, I want to talk about what we do. This is, Dr. Mark did a fabulous job talking about the opportunity, and Samson did an incredible job, and all the sharing. But today I came here, I said, what can I do that can be of value, that I can be of help? That really the practical things for you to engage. How many would like to know? Show of hands. You don't seem too excited except Dr. Mark, okay? How many of you really, look, there's no guaranteed income in any form, shape, or way. But if there's a way in 5 years or 6 years that you can change your life totally forever, how many want to learn how to do that? Yes. Thank you. A little better. I tell you, you know what? We were in Indonesia, right? Wow, you know what? The size of people group and the response and the response from the crowd is very different than Los Angeles. I don't know, maybe people in America is too comfortable. Winnie, how loud were they? Yes! Wow, 68, give her a big round of applause. Now, my fellow Los Angelinos, can we do it? Yes! Wow, now that's more power. Now we're going to record that and send it to our Indonesian friends, okay? All right, now. So guys, I'm gonna give it as layman as I can and to share with you what we do. So before we do that, I hope you understand and comprehend that this is a business. And it's quite a legitimate business, and it can be quite a big business. If you're looking at this as a way to make a couple of grand a month, yes, it's available. If you're looking at this as a multi-million-dollar business, yes, it's available. But be careful how you look at it, because either way is true. If you look at a small, tiny, little, dinky business, it is a little, small, tiny, dinky business. If you look at this as a multi-million-dollar business, it is a multi-billion-dollar business. Now, so having said that, let me ask this. As entrepreneurs, what are some of the things that we have to do? As entrepreneurs, do we have to invest time in a business? Yes. Mark, when you own your own pharmacies, how many pharmacies do you own now? 6. Did you have to put time in your business in the beginning? I bet you were the janitor, you were the pharmacist, and you were everything in between. True or not true? So you have to invest time. This is an entrepreneur. You have to invest what? In anything. Time. In a business. Do you have to invest money? Absolutely. Do you have to invest time to learn how to run your business? You know, when I married my husband, who's a medical doctor, good thing he's not here so I can talk about him. I remember I had to help him do his billing. I had to help him with his medical practice, with billing and employees, which I wasn't too keen on, going to the office every day. And so I had to learn how to run a medical practice. I had to learn how to do medical billing with the billing code, the CPT and all that stuff. Some of you that understand medical office, you know how complicated that can be. This is for me. So in any business, we have to spend time to learn. Just like Mark. Mark now, as if all his pharmacies not enough, he now will open a first restaurant. Did you have to learn? I know there are times when I go there, I say, what is a pharmacist back in the kitchen making cafe sada? What is a pharmacist back there making pho? But he's really rolling his hands up in the trenches, working the business. As an entrepreneur, do you have to be resourceful? Absolutely. When things don't go your way, in the beginning, Mark, in your restaurant, when business is not where it should be, when there's not enough customer, what do? Do you say, you know what? I do not have any customers today. I'm going to close shop and then go serving. You don't do that, right? What do? You came out there with a fly, the catch of the fly, even if you kill the fly and there's no fly in your restaurant, okay? But even if you have to, you're going to stay put. Now, why is it that with the Jeanette's platform, that people are not willing to do that? It's going to take time. It's going to take a little bit of money to start your business. Not the traditional world, but it's going to take a little business to start your business. And it's going to take a lot of learning. How many of you went to college? Show of hands. College, university. Wow, a lot of you. I went to college. I remember 4 years of college. Day in, day out. Morning class, afternoon class. I was taking many classes. And then I worked a part-time job. During all those classes, 4 years of college, was I making any money doing the schooling? I wasn't. But relentlessly, every day I will go to school. I will go to class. Why? To learn. And after 4 years of college, what do? Go find a job to pay off the student loans and then to live. Now, why is it people are willing to do that for 4-year education, and yet when it comes to their own business as an entrepreneur, they are not willing to learn the trades of the business? This business, it requires your time to learn and to grow in the business. Like Samson talked about, he wasn't as an eloquent speaker 10 years ago as now. I couldn't even talk 10 years ago, 20 years ago before I got into this industry. I guarantee you, 20 years ago, if you hear me talk, 2 things will happen. First, my knees will all be jerking. Second, my Chinese accent will all come out. So you got to invest time to learn the business. Give it time. Last but not least, you got to be resourceful, creative. Before you have money to hire staff, before money you have to expand your business, you are the person that do everything. That's what entrepreneurship is all about. There's no different in this business. Got to invest time, money, learning it, and be resourceful, be creative about the business. So what do we do in this business? How do we make money? It's just like any traditional business. The way we will make our money is through what? Overrides in sales volume. Sales volume. We make overriding sales volume. There's 2 major ways that we make income, we generate income in our business. The first way is called commission cycles or team commissions, or known as, we have a common language, a new currency in this world. It's called cycles. Okay, some of you, when you get involved in a business, you will understand what that currency is. You know, it's kind of interesting. Sometimes when we go shopping, like when I go shopping in Indonesia or go shopping in Singapore or whatever, you know, when you look at the price tag, we go, how much? They don't tell you the price. They go, oh, it takes about 10 cycles. So that's a price tag. That's a new currency, all right? Now, so it's an inside joke. But anyway, now, the second way we make money are what we call matching bonuses. Okay? Cycles. How do we earn cycles? It's through business volume. There's 2 types of business volume that we make money. The first type of business volume is called new business volume. The second type is called retention, meaning repeat business volumes. So how do we go about getting new business volumes? By teaching people how to go develop and build their business. You get new business volume by building a new team, by recruiting, and by teaching your people how to build a team. But the second way, this is by recruiting and building your business. And the retention is through training. How many of you would like to do something one time, but you get paid month after month after month? How many like that? That's what we have here. But you got to go through training to get the people to retain in the program, and also understand the power of the business and understand the power of the products, so that they would stay on auto ship, and so you will continue to make the residual income called the retention. So we get the retention through training. Now, the other way we make money is through matching bonus. This is very different than traditional businesses or in a job. What do I mean by matching bonus? In our business, if I sponsor you in the business, if you do not succeed, we do not succeed. So I love this concept. If you help, just like Zig Ziglar said, if you help enough people to get what they want, you will naturally get what you want. Let's say, for example, in the beginning, I shared this business opportunity with Winnie and with Samson. In order for me to make money, I have to help them to become successful. The more successful they become, then the more successful we become. Because whenever they make money, guess what? Then I get a look at something called matching bonus. Okay? So same thing can happen to your business. Unlike your traditional business world, let's say, for example, if you're the boss, you're the CEO of your company, would you teach everything you know to your employee? Probably not. Because if your employee got all the gig, got all the trick of the trade, everything you know about how to run your business, guess what he would do? Probably go down the next street and open a store to compete with you. But here, I have a vested interest to teach you everything I know. Because why? The more successful you become, the more successful we become. And so that's how it works. So these are two major ways. Now, how do you teach other people? What's the second way? That's called the matching bonus, where the duplication comes in. This is not about you being a crazy person knocking door to door selling product. You will never, ever see me knocking on doors selling on any product. This is about building a global distribution business. This is about duplication. It's not about one person being super good at what they do. It's about teaching and helping other people become successful, okay? Now, so let's talk about how do we do that? What do we do? There are 4 things that we do in this business. The first thing we do, we recruit. Because we build big by recruiting. What do you recruit? I recruit other entrepreneurs. That's all I do. You know, that removal of the Tinder shade is very important. It's not about like, come on, Winnie, come join me. Never. I recruit other people that have a dream. Now, how do I recruit? I recruit people by enrolling them, connecting and identifying with them with our dream, my story. What is it? You know, Janesse, what's the most powerful, what's the most unique thing about this business? And every single one of you have one uniqueness. It's your story. Your story is uniquely to you. And so if you get good at telling your story, what is it that you saw in Janesse? It's not about, hey, you're going to join me. You're going to join Janesse. You're going to join this anti-aging, this stem cell technology, this resveratrol. No, they could care less about what Janesse is. But if you're talking to people that knows you, say you talk about your vision, about your dream, what you see here. Maybe through your story, you're able to awaken and ignite their dream. You know, in the beginning, they might not see what you saw. They might not connect with you. But over time, if you persist in finding your dream and fighting for your dream, guess what? Your people will latch onto it. So recruiting is nothing more but looking for other entrepreneurs that wanted more in life. And this opportunity could go to people at different stage of readiness in their life. Not everybody are ready at the same moment. I must have talked to a couple of hundred people the last 6 years. And out of a couple of hundred people, total, maybe about 80 or 90 people joined me. It doesn't take a whole lot of people to join you, okay, to create a fortune. So recruiting is one. It's by enrolling them with your vision, your story, your vision. What did you see here? And the other thing now, so once recruiting is this 2-part. One is, once you identify with them, you say, you know what, I saw something in this platform. I saw something here this afternoon that really got me excited. Then now your prospect will say, well, what is it? So instead of you trying to explain what Janesse and everything you saw, wouldn't it be nice if you have someone that have done it, that have proven, that can articulate and professionally present a business for you? How many of you would like to have Samson Lee present a business for you? How many of you would like that? Well, he is available on demand 24/7. We have Samson Lee and Yvonne Yan, 2 of the amazing double diamonds in this company, to present this opportunity in a very professional format. Now, why is that? The reason why you want to leverage the tool is because it's for something called duplication. Because this business is not about you. Once you get yourself out of the way, you will see amazing results can happen to your business. So the second way is to present the business. First, enroll in the vision. If you connect with them right, then you tee up the information, you send them I'll show you a system in which you can present the business. Okay, now the second thing we do is we train. Remember the retention? See, the retention and duplication comes from what? Comes from training. Retention is when people go on auto ship. They keep on working the business. That's retention. Duplication is when another person like you, entrepreneur, I'm a CEO of my own company. I wanted to build my business. How do I do that? You get duplication through training. And how we have also a system in which will help you train your team. Instead of you being the issue, you leverage the tool, you leverage the system to help you teach an army of distributors, and not only locally, but globally. Because would you not agree with me, the cloud, the internet, is now connected globally. True or not true? Everything, anything. I mean, the way we conduct business is very different. I remember when my son was doing a school project. You know, now 6th grader have school project, and they have to do research and whatnot. So I told my son, I said, I'm going to take you to the library and do some research. He goes, oh, no, Mom, you're so dated. I said, how are you going to do research? I do Google. Kids these days are so high-tech. So, but we got to change with times. Okay, now, so training. I'm going to give you a way how to do it. So the number 3 thing we do, what do? I never, ever sell the product. The product are amazing. But what I do sell every day, every chance I have, I sell event after event after event. Because it's an event that's going to help build your business. People coming to this opportunity, they got into the wrong perception of what is it we do. They think that, you know what, wow, this bless you. This great luminous, this great reserve. I can a lot of friends I can sell it to. It's not about selling the product. It's about duplication. What do? I built a global distribution channel. It's like McDonald's. McDonald's sells the most Beanie Babies with all the stores combined. Why? McDonald's, those double arches, they're the biggest distribution channel. If you understand that concept, you grasp that concept, you'll get this business. It's about distribution. Okay, now, so I promote events. What are events to promote? Today was a huge event you can promote. You can promote to your prospects. You can promote the people that are already in the business. You promote events. Because rather than you going to convince your friends until you're blue in your face, let the system do the sorting for you. Instead of making us the issue, we have to convince my friend. I don't go no convincing. Yay or nay, adios, goodbye, I'm out of here. How many of you have begged your friends to come here today? You know what? Bless your heart, because I know you care about them, but no begging. No begging. Sometimes we get so bent out of shape. Oh, my team's not here. I convinced them. Save it. You know, I've learned that our minds, our eyes, our heart, we see what we want to see. And we hear what we want to hear. And 90% of the reason why people tell you they can't do this business are not true. They're just not brave enough and not ready to remove this. To remove this and facing where they are in life. And to remove this and seeing really what this is all about. 4th thing that we do. We plug our team into the system. What do I mean by that? If you can't be here, for what, I mean, yes, there are times really, for some really reason we can't be here. So it's okay. Get your team to plug in. So while you're vacationing, doing summer break, whatever, your teams are here getting motivated, getting educated, getting informed, so that they go there and pursue their dream while you're vacationing somewhere and making money. That's called leverage. That's what Dr. Mark talked about, that J. Paul Getty said the best. He says, I'd rather have 1% effort from 100 different individuals than 100% effort from myself. It's called leverage. So when you have something good, you promote to your team and you get your team to plug in. That's how you grow and that's how you expand. So now, people often ask, well, how do I build this business? How do I attract the big leader into my organization? How do I find the good entrepreneurs into this business? How many of you want to find a Dr. Mark on one side, a Winnie on one side, and Samson on the other side? How many of you like that? You're going to cycle to the left, cycle to the right, and you're going to max out. Now, you want to attract people like that, don't you? You know how you attract them? Be that person with that quality that you want to attract. Become that in which you want to attract. You want to attract big leader? Be that big leader. You want to attract entrepreneurs? Be that entrepreneur. Whatever amount of respect you have for your career, whatever respect that you have for this business, that's how people look at you. And it's very interesting on people's perception of what it is. A couple of days ago, I went to a spa. I was having a massage. And the masseuse was jokingly and telling me, you know what, Kim? Someone was trying to recruit me into your thing. I said, what thing? You know, over the years, I learned to calm, to meditate and say, you know what, don't react. Do not react. And when he saw my look, what thing? He had added a little bit more respect to it. You know, your thing. I should have said that thing that made me multiple 8 digits, that thing that allowed me to buy all the bling blings, that thing allowed me to drive whatever car I want, that thing allowed me to make a positive impact to society. That thing. So you are the CEO. In order for you to attract, you must become what you attract. So what do you need to have as an entrepreneur? Are you willing to invest time, money, learn, and be resourceful, be creative? If you don't have it and you want to attract those, ain't going to happen. And some of the people I work with in the past, they would say, you know what? I can't be there, but I will send people there. I don't have time for this, but I will send people there. How can you attract when you are like that? The law of attraction. You be positive, it's amazing. After 20 years of entrepreneurship, it's amazing how this planet works. As things begin to come your way. To others from the outside world, they say, you know what? He or she is lucky. They say, Kim is so lucky. But they didn't see the sacrifices I went through. They didn't see the challenges, the things I learned to overcome. Perhaps they saw the bling bling and they saw this hairdo. Everything came with a price. I woke up at 6 o'clock to go to a salon to get my hairdo for all of you. All right, now, so CEO, you got to possess a quality to attract other CEOs. I am not looking for employees. When you are a traditional business owner, okay? Now, we have quite a few here. We have Dr. Ellen, who's a chiropractor, okay? We have Dr. Mark. We have Heping. We have many people that own their own businesses. When you are CEO of your company, when you want to expand your business, what do? You want to hire management, you want to hire staff, right? To expand your business, right? So when you hire your staff, let's say you want to hire your manager, what do? When you want to hire staff, you're going to have to what? Advertise or get referrals to interview for people for the employee position. True or not true? Now, when you interview, are you going to interview the first guy and then bam, the first guy is your guy you're going to hire? No. How many people do you have to go through to find the right guy? I don't know. Sometimes you might receive 20, 30, 50 resumes. An interview maybe another 10 or 20, then you find the right person to work for you. Here, you are not looking for no one to work for you. You are looking for what? You are looking for other CEOs. They are in it to build their business, not for you. For whom? For themselves. You are just a messenger to share this platform with them. See, when you shift the perception, you know what? There's this famous saying that says when you change your perception, you can change your world. Because our perception will lead us to create thoughts. Our thoughts will create feelings. Our feelings will generate actions. But when our perception is off, everything will be off. CEOs, you got to have the right quality to attract the right quality. Now, if you're willing to go through 50 resumes to interview for one employee, and you've gone through 10 people, you couldn't find the right prospect yet, and you give up. Why is that? Mark, when you interview in your restaurant, I went to your restaurant many times, and you got great food, by the way. And so, how long did it take you to find your manager? I think you've gone through a few rounds, right? He had gone through many people to find the right manager. Well, why was he willing to do that? Because his business was at stake. He wanted to free himself so he can do jeunesse. But why is it when you come into your building your jeunesse business, you are, after 10 rejections, you haven't found the right person, you call it quits? Why? Right perception. You are looking for CEO. What kind of quality are you going to look for when you hire employee? People who are hardworking, people who have right attitude, people who are motivated, right? These are not your employees. Do you want to find sharp, hungry people working with you in your business? Do you want to do that? Absolutely. Now, what if, after you've gone through 50 no's, you haven't found the right partner? What do? Take it on. Keep on going. That's what I did. I remember 20 years ago when I got into this industry, you know, I called all the friends that I knew that went to college with me. I called my friends from UCLA, called the graduate, you know, all the friends that I knew that worked at Northrop, all the people I could think of. And after calling all the friends, 6 people had joined the opportunity. And 6 people had canceled the next day. I remember vividly. I mean, after a long time, I had almost like seemingly my perception was I had no more friends left. That was my perception. That was my story. And I went to my sponsor. I said, why? I said, why me? I saw other people that joined the opportunity, joined the platform the same time as me. They seem like, boom, they're rising to the top. They're hitting all these ranks and achieving great height. And here, I feel like I'm stuck. I said, I had more education than them. And I thought I was better looking than them. But I was stuck. And I remember my sponsor told me, he says, Kim, you've been put on a path. You've been put on a test to see, number one, if you have what it takes to succeed in this business. Number 2, you've been put on this path to learn to have compassion. I said, what is that? He says, when you have gone through the path, when you have gone through all the rejections, all the people that cancel on you, all the people that don't return your phone call, and you still persist, and you still created success, then you have a story to be told. And then you will have the compassion when people coming to you say, you know what, Kim, how come my business is not where it should be? And you knew how it feels, and you were able to identify and communicate with them, say, you know what, it is okay. It is part of the process. That's called compassion. You know, back then, 20-some years ago, I didn't like what he said. I said, forget about compassion. I need to make money. I need to be successful. I could do without the compassion. I said, I got it. Hurry up. I want to be successful. Sometimes, the good old Lord works in miracle ways. They keep sending us lessons in life until we get it right. And I'm glad that I stick the course. It wasn't easy, but it was a very rewarding experience. I've gone from broke beyond a joke to have the blessing of standing in front of you. It wasn't an easy journey. But it's an incredible, enriching journey that brings me to where I am in life here today. And I believe if you have gone through the journey that I have walked through, you perhaps will relate to me. It's very difficult to articulate all the years of stuff that I went through in the last 20 years, to articulate that in words. Because I believe oftentimes the words that are spoken, by the time it's already spoken, the meaning changed already. But I believe you could feel me. I believe you felt it in here. So what if people didn't see what you're doing? So what if people call you the thing? You know, when you make a lot of money, there might be challenges and there might be problems in life. But when you're making a lot of money, you can arrive in your problem in style. So what? Get over it. You know, and I read this story. I read this saying, I forgot who said that, and it's so true. It's about, about kind of like about humanity and about all of us as people. And, planet Earth, the way I look at how all of us wanted to reach somewhere. I don't know about you, how many of you want to, wherever you are in life, financially, spiritually, wherever you are, how many of you say, you know what, I need a breakthrough and I want a breakthrough? How many want that? See, it is possible. But to break through, it takes a lot of courage to do that. It's like a space shuttle. The space shuttle, in order to get the space shuttle into space, the toughest thing to do is get it out of that gravitational force. Earth has something called gravity. When you want to leave Earth, it pulls you down, doesn't it? So it takes a lot of stuff to get out. It is like humanity, like human. A lot of times we want to change from the circumstance that we are in. And you tell your friends that you wanted to change. And yet, everything will pull you down. Like, no, you can't be that. Your family's not come from wealthy. None of your family member in the past become wealthy. What makes you think you could change? I remember I used to live in Alhambra, I told you guys. And I remember, I had this crazy dream. I want to live in big mansion. And back then, my ideal, my dream home was in a place called San Marino. How many of you are familiar with San Marino? Or South Pass, those big homes. And I still remember every Sunday I would find myself getting lost in South Pasadena and San Marino, walking around those big homes. And I would get lost for hours in those streets. Because you know why? When I saw people with those big cars pulling out the driveway, I look at those people's faces. I said, they do not look any smarter nor any better than I. I said, if they can live in those homes, so can I. But I remember my mom and dad used to tell me, you know what, Kim? Your feet need to be firmly planted in the ground. Stop dreaming. Find a good job. Work until you're 65. Then you retire. I said, Mom, I wanted something more. I said, Mom, Dad, you guys didn't give up everything in Hong Kong to come to America. Start from scratch with $2,000 in your pocket. With 4 girls coming to this country. With no jobs in sight. I watched my parents work odd jobs to raise 4 kids. I said, I want to do more. So I can give you guys more. And so I can be more. So I can be more of a positive contribution to society. That's what I wanted. What do you want? What is something that gets you ticking? I do not know. Because our clock, our biological clock is ticking every single day. We just have to look at our lives, where you are in life. I look at my life. I say, you know what? I'm blessed to live 50. I am 50 years old and looking fabulous, don't I? The product works. All right, now. So, I don't know how I got off track on that one, but anyway, coming back to the real world, it doesn't matter what people think of you. It doesn't matter what people think of anything. What matters is what you think of who you are and what you want to become. Over the years, I have many of my friends that went to Irvine with me. They went to UCI with me. I have many friends that went to UCLA with me. I don't know where they are today, but I tell you what, many of them had laughed blue to their face about me. And they say, oh, Kim has been unemployed too long. Look at her, into this MLM thing, and this pyramid thing, and this thing. I said to myself, you laugh all you want. Someday, I'll be laughing my way to the bank. Every step, I'll be laughing my way to the bank. And I do every Thursday. So the key thing is this. In our business, it's called sorting. You sort to find the right person. And that right person is you. The art of this business is how to go from this to this, to this, to expand your business. And the way you will expand your business with these CEOs is to connect with the people you're talking to. Not just say, hey, you gotta do this genesis. This genesis is fabulous. The 248 growth factor, the resveratrol, none of that stuff matters. What matters is your dream. Especially when I'm talking about people that you know and care about, the war market, okay? And so, when you identify with their story, with your dream, then the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna plug them into the system. We actually have a method in which you do. Can we show the slides? Sammy, can I ask you to help me move that on the side so people can see on the screen? Or can they see the screen? We have actually developed as part of the system in a way for you to showcase and build your business. Is it on? It's warming up? Okay. Now, so, wait, thank you. Oh, be careful. Yeah, thank you, Sammy. Give Sammy and Vaz a big round of applause, please. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you. So, we want to put after 6 years of trial and error, after 6 years, we have finally figured out something to how to build this business successfully. And I believe I talked to a group of people in the past, I think it was started in Japan. And they say, Kim, I noticed that people around you, they have a likely chance of becoming successful because they're always around you. They say, wouldn't it be great if we can bottle you? I said, I thought, this digital world, this internet time, maybe we can put all these stuff, all the essence of what took us to what we are here today. If we can put that in simple steps to help people to build their business to succeed, I said, wouldn't it be wonderful? So what we have done is that we have, because of thank goodness for internet and everything is digitized, we have now made it available free of charge for all of you, okay? Now, so we have actually a 4-step system. Step number 1, after you connect with your prospect, okay? You connect with the story, they go, you know what? I found something that I saw a way to turn my life around. I saw a way to pay off my student loan. I saw a way to pay off my credit card debts. I saw a way to finance my kids through college. I'm so excited about it and I want to share with you. And if your friends say, you know what? I like what I'm hearing. What is it? And oftentimes when they ask you what is it, you go, and you try to explain and you don't quite know how to explain. Well, when that happens, one or two things can happen. You can actually invite them to a local presentation, which we have 4 times a week here in Los Angeles, or because we have a global business, or you can plug them, use one of the videos to plug them in the system so that it will help expand your business. Borrow Samson, borrow Yvonne and other leaders to help you build your business because they have a success story to be told. Okay, now, so in our YouTube channel, we have put everything in a YouTube channel in a 4-step system. Step number 1 are for prospect. People that are not in Jeunesse yet, okay? So you connect with them, you identify with them, say, listen, I'm really excited, and then you're gonna tee up the information. Now, in the step 1, we have several videos. Step 1 is for building your business. So step 1, you have several videos. You told them about the technology. Instead of you trying to explain it, in the YouTube video in step 1, there is a Dr. Nathan Newman video, a short clip. You can send that link to them. And then, or if people want to say, you know what, show me the business. We have a 10-minute recording from a Hollywood studio with Yvonne and Samson that professionally explain the business opportunity in 10 minutes. Send them that link, and then your job is to follow through. So that's step 1 on prospecting, on building your business. Now, so once your people get in the business, do we want retention? Do we want retention? Yes. Do we want repeat business? Yes. That's called training. You plug your team into step 2. Step 2 is training. We have different topics of the training. And we have different sequence of training. Why? First step is NDO. When people get involved in a business, the first video they gotta watch is something called New Distributor Orientation. It's like a job. Or like my son's gonna go to middle school. Before he starts school, they have something called the orientation, the parent orientation. Get the kid to be familiar with the campus and all that stuff. Same thing. You're starting a new business, get them orientated. So it's called NDO. Then there's basic training, there's all different type of training. Now the reason why we put it in digital format and it's free is why? Because we wanna help you expand and build your business. And these videos are there so you can watch it not one time. Because repetition is mother of learning. True or not true? We learn and we hone our craft. Just like the Olympians, the Olympic athletes. You know, they through practices, they learn to overcome their weaknesses and they learn to overcome challenges to turn them into their strength. So all these different training are put in there for you to learn because you know why? At different stage of our business, at different stage of our growing, we learn and pick up different things. How many of you have watched a movie more than one time? Show of hands. When you watch a movie more than one time, do you learn different things at different time? I don't know about you, for me, I do. I remember my son, I think a month or 2 months ago, he watches old movie. It's called Say Yes to Life or something like that. Say Yes to Life or Yes You Can or something like that by, what's the guy's name? Well, anyway, I don't get any commission doing that, so I won't say that his name, okay? But anyway, so, you know, say yes. And now, when I watched a movie many years ago before my son was born, and now I watch it again after I've been through whatever I've been through, I pick up different things from that video clip. It was the same movie, but we pick up different things. So same thing with the training. With the training, maybe the same thing, but you pick up different things. Because after you work the business at different stage of your business, you learn different things. So I will urge you, you watch this video. So step 2 is for people that engage in the business so they can go plug into learning. Why is learning important? Something called duplication. It's not about you. It's about your team member having success. Because when your team member becomes successful, you earn cycles and you earn what? Matching bonuses. Okay? Now, so step 3, we have leadership training. We have different training at different levels. For example, we have a speaker training that kind of teach you how to tell your story. So if you feel like you are, I mean, look, this is a self-appointed business. If you think you're a leader, you go watch it. But if you're not ready, maybe you haven't gone through enough, you watch a video, you might not get anything out of it because you haven't gone through the journey to realize what it is. It's like sending a first grader to calculus. They wouldn't even get it. But so after you've gone through something different, so we have stage 3 and stage 4, it's about expanding your horizon, expanding your business globally. As we have Diamond Expedition, we tour different parts of the world. That when we have training, we try to capture in video, and we upload on the video. So part of the thing about how to build your business by plugging into the system is we made all this for you. It's free of charge. So you can click subscribe. Why you want to subscribe? Because whenever we upload content, YouTube will notify you. Now, why would you want your team member to subscribe? Because it's called plugging into the system. Whenever there's new content, you don't want to say, hey, team, you want to watch this link, and you're going to send them the link. No need. If they click subscribe, guess what? Whenever there's new content, what happens? They will be notified. You don't have to call them. That's what it means by, this is part of what it means by plugging into the system. The YouTube channel, all this video is part of the tools to help you build your business. Is to get ourselves out of the way. You know, I have learned over the years, a lot of people make this business about themselves. They want to learn, not to apply, not to get involved. They're observer. They want to learn so they can go teach. It doesn't work like that. You learn, you get involved, roll up your sleeve, and you work it, then you teach it. If you haven't gone through the path, if I haven't gone through all the rejections, if none of my friends, if everybody said yes to me and everybody joined me, everybody got just gung-ho, there's no broke people in this world. There's no other people that would service us. There's no designer, there's no builder that would service us. Everybody would doing Jeunesse. The world, it is what it is. It's what you do with it. And in closing, there's 4 points I want to leave with you. Number 1, be aware, the awareness of where you are in life, of where you are and where you wanted to go. So number 1 is awareness, and be awakened to it. You can be aware, but be awakened to what is possible to you. And number 2 is make a decision. It doesn't have to be Jeunesse. Find something that turns you on. Find something you get out of bed every day. Say, you know what, that's it. I'm excited to pursue my dream. You know, things might not turn out to where I want to be today, but it will get better. It will get better, and be courageous enough to step into the unknown. Most people are so comfortable and latch onto the known world, the world that we know it to be. But it's a wondrous thing out there into the unknown. To you, it might be unknown, but we already took the first step to have gotten to where we are here today. It might be unknown to you, but be courageous enough to participate in that and give yourself the opportunity to decide on something for you. Number 3, give yourself to learn. Learn about the business. Number 4, and do it. Do it, persevere, do it, persevere. I bet you Mark's pharmacies didn't come in that easy. Took a lot of lessons, took a lot of experience, took a lot of errors to be where he is today. He has perfected almost his pho noodle soup in Rowland Heights. Is it Rowland Heights, West Covina? West Covina. He has almost perfected it, but it took a long time. He never gave up. You got to persevere and persevere. When times get challenging, when times get tough, don't give up. Why should you? You know, oftentimes people look at these glamorous diamonds, these people that have walked the stage. You know, it seemingly is like, wow, they made it. But there's a whole course that they have went through. And in that, I want to share this with you. My son had graduated from 6th grade. And I think it was last Friday, we went to his graduation. And in the graduation ceremony, they have this awards, award thing for different categories and different students. And when the students' names were called by the principal, and all the kids were excited coming across stage and getting that little piece of paper, that certificate, they've accomplished something. You know, I sat there and I looked at them and I reflected in life. You know, that little piece of paper that they picked up, it seemingly it's a 3-second gig from the principal's hand to the little kid's hand. And yet behind the 3-second gig, there was entire 1 year of effort from the child, from those different children. All the homeworks, all the practices, all the screaming and yelling match from parents, like me. How many of you got a 6-year-old at home? A 6th grader at home? You tell them to do homework? Later, Mom, later, Mom. Mom, you just don't get 6th grader these days. It's very different than your era. After all the yelling matches, then they do the homework. But after 1 year of experiencing life, that critical 3-second thing, they got the certificate. But what's behind that 3-second certificate is 1 year, perhaps more, of learning and disciplining, and doing the mundane things to be where they are. Same thing with this business. Yes, we're blessed with many things in life. And yes, we have paid our dues. Why are we still continuing to travel the world? You see Yvonne, Samson, and by far they are the top 1% of this country's top, in whatever category of professionalism earning in the category. But they are top 1% of 1%. But why are they still traveling the world? Why are they still working? And why is Winnie, 68 years old, spending 2 months of her life, 2.5 months in Indonesia helping her team? She's blessed to be making a lot of money, but why is she still doing it? There's a spirit in all of us that we want to pay it forward. Why are we here on a Super Saturday? I've been blessed in that this opportunity, this platform has given me much. And perhaps some of the experiences I've learned the last 20 years may be able to awaken something in you to do something with your life. Because it is all possible. And to wrap it up, I want to show you a video. It is part of what we do in giving back. 20-somewhat years ago when I became an entrepreneur, it was all about me getting the money each other way, about me want to become a multi-millionaire. It's about me want to get those big homes and toys and bling-blings and all that stuff. But interestingly, after you get the money issue out of the way, it's like there's a higher calling, there's a higher things coming into your way. And it's about giving back. And every year we've been doing something called the Gratitude Tour. And this video I want to show you is a video that we had done in Taiwan. We had a group of 80-somewhat people from 8 different countries all came together. It's one thing of giving money, but it's another to truly experiencing that journey, that act of giving. And sometimes that very act of giving in itself taught us a deeper meaning of love and compassion. And so every year we do something called gratitude tour. And the video that we're going to show you is a gratitude tour that we had done in Taiwan, I think in 2000, I forgot, the years all collapsed together. I don't know what year it was, but it was done a couple of years ago. And 80 people came together. We had visited the senior elderly home where a lot of senior people, elderly, were abandoned by their family. Nobody wanted to take them on. So there's a home that took these old people. So we went them, showered them with gifts and warmth and love. And then we move on to, I forgot where we went, another place. Oh, we went to a school, I think, a school that some of the children don't even have warm food to eat. And the only warm meal that they can get is that meal from school that was donated by the teachers. And so we found out from the news, so we decided to do something. A group of us contributed, and just a very moving experience. Another place we went to was for the less fortunate children. Some of them are artistic, some of them are less fortunate. And so, but these people are very prideful. There's a group of very loving people in Taiwan that they had donated a land. So they don't want to take money, so they donated land, and they taught these children on how to grow herbs and grow things. And they had opened a bakery, so they would bake cake, and they would sell this bakery so to make money and to be self-sustaining. So we went to these 3 different places, and it was a very moving human experience for myself. And I want to show you that video, and after that, let's roll that video. So with that, enjoy the video. I believe together we will make this world a better place. And this year, in July, what month are we? June. When you don't work, you really don't know what month or day it is. So we are in June, next month. We'll be going on our next gratitude tour. And we're taking a group of people. It'll be in Bali, Indonesia. There's a lot of things that we can help to educate the children and also to visit the orphanage and the elderly homes. So we're going to do that in Indonesia next month. We already raised a lot of money to shower these less fortunate children and elderly. To me, it's all about, once you get the money issue out of the way, there's a lot of things that we all collectively can do together. And I do want to do something back home right here in the United States. How many of you want to do something right in the U.S.? Well, we welcome you. So we're on the program that we'll do something, that by next year, we'll do something in the United States, do a gratitude tour in the U.S., in North America. And also, a couple of years ago, I don't know how many of you remember that there was an earthquake in Sichuan, in I forgot the name, Sichuan, yeah, Sichuan. There was an earthquake, and we raised a lot of money. And so through the money that we raised collectively from the team, we actually built a school in Shandong province in China. And so we got very exciting news yesterday that the school is now completed 3 years later. So. And they welcome all of us to go visit the school that we have built collectively. So these are things that we can do collectively as human beings. And so obviously, we got to get the money issue out of the way, and then we can do better things in life. And so I'm very blessed for your presence here this afternoon, and you have somehow, somewhat, some way have enriched my life. And I do hope that these words I've shared will also enrich yours as well. So with that, thank you very much. Make it a great evening. Thank you very much.
Kim Hui. Woo! So folks, today we have an incredible positive message, and if you feel it in your heart, this is what we're talking about, and this is on a journey. Look forward to being on this journey with you. We have these regular meetings during the week. Have an amazing weekend. Thank you.